Hello, Earth Science class. This is a continuation of our Chapter 22 notes. It's the actual 22B section about the moon. We're going to look at the moon structure. It's Earth's only natural satellite. It revolves around us. It does not make its own light. Like I was mentioning in the previous section with the sun produces light, but the moon does not. The only light that we see is reflected from the sun. Its diameter is about 3,474 kilometers, or 2,159 miles. Okay, the moon in its structure is similar to Earth. It has a core, a mantle, and a crust. It does experience moonquakes, and its mass is about 1.2% of the Earth's mass, right? So it's much smaller than Earth. If we were to travel to the moon, our mass would be the same, but our weight would be significantly less. Volume of the moon is about 2% of the Earth's volume, right? So it's much less dense, right? Its density is near 3.3 grams per cubic centimeter. The moon does have gravity. It's weaker than Earth's, but it is influential to us because the moon's gravity is part of what gives us our yes. The moon's surface has gravity, but it's weaker than ours. Again, because the mass of the moon is less, its gravitational pull is going to be less. The gravitational pull of the moon is influential on our tides, helps us to have our high tides and low tides. The moon has almost no atmosphere. You couldn't breathe if you went there. You would need to have a helmet and have oxygen source for you. It has a very weak magnetic field and no magnetosphere to protect it. One of the things that the Earth has is those different layers to protect it, and our atmosphere is going to prevent us from getting a lot of stuff crashing into our surface. The moon's surface, on the other hand, has a significant number of craters and areas where material have crashed into its surface. Humans have been observing the moon for a long time, but until we had the use of telescope, mankind did not really see in clarity the surface. Something that is also true is humans always look, when we're watching the moon, we only ever see one side, the side that's facing us. The moon is rotating, and it's rotating around us while we're rotating. So its rotational period is going to make it such that always only one side of the moon faces us. The formation of the craters feel a lot of materials from space have crashed into the surface and left weird designs on the surface. The moon's surface also has things called lunar seas. That does not mean it has water on it. They're called maria. They are what's believed to be left over from water. Mountains and valleys called rills. And the surface of the moon, since we have been able to observe it, is largely unchanged. So it seems like all of the craters and weird formations that are on the surface have been there for much longer than we had the ability to see them. And the moon is also something that God gave us to mark seasons. So when we watch the surface of the moon, we're able to use it as a means of recognizing what time of the month and different seasons for planting and harvesting and all that kind of a thing. That's the end of our moon notes. Thank you.